Hello, I'm so happy to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to be participating in the Dolls in Public tag, and this tag was created by American Girl Films, also known as Bailey, and I really love her channel, and I thought that this tag would be so fun to do, so let's get started. Starting with the first question, how often have you taken your dolls on outings with you? And I would have to say that that is pretty new for me. It took me a little bit to get comfortable in doing so. And I feel like it really helped when I took my doll to the American Girl store, and that helped me get more confident in just taking a doll out, because it was just with a bunch of people and they all loved dolls too. It wasn't just me. But something that I've been thinking about doing is bringing my mini dolls with me in my bag to the grocery store and other errands that I do throughout the week. And I want to just get a clear bag or something to put them in so that they don't get damaged while they're in my purse. But I am planning to do that in the future, and I want to take dolls on my outings more often. It's just something that I think in time will happen. Question number 2. Do you take them out for any reason? Comfort, photos, or travel buddy? So I primarily take my dolls out for taking pictures of them. I like bringing them to the park or just throughout my backyard and trying to find fun backgrounds for them. And nothing beats taking your doll out in nature and getting that natural light. It's just so pretty. And the backgrounds are just endless, flowers and trees and just different places like that. And really making them come alive. And I've been really enjoying that lately. It's just been a really great time to bond with my dolls, and it's really comforting too. It really calms me down when I get to take them out and take pictures. That's all I'm thinking about. So it's been a lot of fun, and I just been really enjoying taking pictures of my dolls. And sometimes I think to myself, this is their first time outside. If you bought your doll from the American Girl store and brought her to your house, or them to your house and opened them there, that's their, they never went outside. So I feel it's only right to bring them out into the nature. Question number 3, favorite place that you've taken a doll? Aside from taking them to a park, I really love taking them to the American Girl store. It's just so fun, and the employees are so interactive with you, and there's so many people there that also love dolls, and you really get to talk to other people, and it's just a bonding thing for everyone around. And it's just so much fun. I love going to the store, but bringing a doll is so fun. It's so comforting because it can get kind of busy there, of course, and can get loud. So that is really comforting to have a doll. And it's just fun to travel with them all the way to the New York store for me, going on the train with them. And yeah, it's just so fun. And I am also newly part of a New England group that does get together and does meetups with their dolls. So I'll be excited when I can go to a meetup for that. I feel that'll be really fun. But my favorite place has definitely been the American Girl store. Question number 4. Do you have any considerations before taking them out? Do you take off accessories or plan outfits based on how well they stay on, etc.? Definitely. I really never take any of my historical dolls out with their historical clothes, just because a lot of them are retired. I'm always afraid of them getting dirty. Same thing with even clothing that's truly me clothing. I'm a little weary on if they're hard to find, or it's something that was expensive. And same thing with accessories. A lot of the American Girl doll branded accessories just have they just the little 2-piece just go in. So I never use those because I'm always afraid those are gonna fall off of the doll. So anytime I use jewelry, it's usually something that I've made, because I do use a lobster claw when I make my jewelry, so I know it stays on. I always bring a little silk hair tie for them. So when I have their hair up, or I put them in a carrier, I can put their hair up in a silk tie, and that keeps it nice. And when I take it out, it's nice and smooth. So that helps a lot when I'm taking them out, but I definitely like plan outfits around that. Like I'm very careful with what I bring, especially to the store. I'm even more picky because that is like a faraway place. Of course, it's very busy and I'm always like holding my doll like out of the carrier. So that's when I'm like the most pickiest, which kind of sucks because sometimes there's not as many outfits that I can put on the dolls that I'd like. But it's just something that it's like my OCD about my dolls when I'm taking them out. Question number 5, has anyone commented on your dolls? And they have. My first time ever taking a doll out in public was when I brought Kit to the American Girl store back in May. And we were taking a train to the city, and we were sitting in like a seat that you like are facing other people. So like you're facing like this and you're sitting like this. And there was like another couple who were sitting across from us, and I had Kit in her carrier and she was on my lap so that everyone had room and she was safe. And near the end of the trip, the husband was like, I'm sorry, but I have to ask who's in there. And as I'm opening the bag, he was talking about how his daughters grew up collecting and loving American Girl and going to the store all the time. So he already knew who Kit was. Like I opened her up and he's like, oh my God, it's Kit. I'm like, yes. So it was so fun to talk with them. They were telling me that they used to bring their kids there all the time, and they had 2 daughters. And the husband said that his like rule every time they went was they could get whatever they wanted, but they only had 30 minutes to grab everything. And I thought that was so cute. I knew that like if that was me, that was my dad telling me, I would have learned to grab things. I would have learned the store to know where things were so I could just grab whatever. But it was just so cute. It really made me feel like more confident and comfortable because that was my first time bringing a doll out. I don't even think they knew that. I never even told them. And it was just like so sweet. It was so nice talking with them. And they were like asking like more about the dolls and just like what dolls were out and things like that. And it's just like so fun to connect with people. And I am so happy that they talked with me because it just like made my whole day better. It made me more confident going to the store, and I was just so happy to meet them. Question number 6, any tips for taking your dolls out? Favorite carry method or hair tips? And I do have some tips. So starting with like hair tips, I always like bringing some type of like hair scrunchie, like a silk scrunchie for their hair, so that no matter what, except for like Kit because she has like short hair, but I always put their hair in like a pony, and then when I take it out, it like is nice and smooth. It's not one I've used, it's only for my dolls. And then I have been bringing a water just to like spray down the flyaways. That's something that Bailey talked about in her video, and I never thought of that, so that was very helpful. So I've been doing that as well. Of course, you're gonna want a brush because you just never know, and I always have like a couple elastics on here, not only for their hair, but if like they're carrying something or like holding something, you can like put a clear elastic so you don't really see it in the photo. And I also bring, I know that it's like natural light, of course, but I always have like another light on me just in case. And I can link this. I got this on Amazon, and it just turns on. It can clip to the phone. It has like different settings, and this even helps, like I use this like when I'm taking pictures of my dolls, even like in my house. It helps with lighting, but I always like to have an extra one on hand. And then as for the carriers, so I of course have like an actual American Girl doll carrier, so I do use this often, especially when I only have one doll, because it is very secure. I really love this carrier, and I do want to get the one that's out now, like in the store, like the full clear one, so that I have like 2 different carriers. But something I started doing that I thought worked really well is I got this like collapsible bag. So it's collapsible, and I put a blanket in there to keep it nice and safe, and I can fit 2 dolls facing each other. So I have a doll here, and then that way I can put like the brush in there. There is a pocket too, like right here, and I put like the brush in there, like any little like accessories I'm gonna bring. Like sometimes I have like little props and things like that, and I just feel like this like is mostly for when I'm like around town, like when I'm going to the park, because it's just easier to take them out and have everything just here. I even put like my phone in here, so it's all just here and I can just go to the park. This is more so for like the city, or if I have one doll, because this is kind of bulky for a doll. But I try to bring at least 2 dolls with me for pictures, because sometimes a thought that I had doesn't like pan out, or there's too many people there, so I'm like, no, I can't take pictures now. But I always have like a second option, so I still can take pictures even if it's not like the main goal why I went. But all of those items have really helped me with outings, mainly for taking pictures, but I would use these different tips too for like taking them to any type of outing, because you want to make sure that their hair is nice, you want to make sure they're secure, and that you have little backup things for them in case any emergencies happen. That's all I have for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I definitely suggest that you also participate in this tag, because I'd love to hear any of your tips or favorite places that you love to bring your dolls. I also want to thank Bailey for making such a fun tag. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!